couple of days ago I posted a video in which I claimed that YouTube/Google were breaking the law in the way they handle DMCA counter notifications, at least in the way they sometimes handle them. In the explanatory note that followed the day after, I explained how exactly I thought they were breaking the law, and I'll go into that a bit more later on. But what I didn't do, and what I realize I should also do, is give a little bit of reassurance to those people who this might have happened to and who might be interested in sending me the information, but who are naturally and understandably afraid to get involved in this whole thing. The good news is that if you send me that information, you are not getting involved in any way whatsoever. All that you will have done is send me a little bit of information that I can use to build a strong case that this abuse of the DMCA, this failure of YouTube to adhere to the way of responding to DMCA counter notifications as set out in the DMCA section 512 G, 2, B and C, that is not a isolated incident, but that it is a systematic abuse that is continuously happening on YouTube, and that is happening perhaps even several times a day. For me to be able to make that case, I need to be able to present a large number of incidents in which this happened. That does not involve you as a victim of this abuse. That just means that you're part of the statistics. If any further information is required, if this actually goes anywhere, even if this actually leads to any sort of case being made against YouTube and further information is required, I will simply present a list of video URLs on which this has happened, and I will ask for YouTube to be subpoenaed or something of that nature in order to provide any missing information. Your involvement is not required at all. You will not be asked to provide a statement, you will not be asked to testify or anything like that. So I just wanted to put any viewer's mind at rest that you are not committing to anything by sending a little bit of information to me. Now let me get back to the very precise scenario that I am looking at here. It is as follows. First of all, in order for this to be of any value to me, in order to aggregate my data, it must be about a DMCA takedown notice. Please notice that that is very different to a content ID match. A content ID match is an automated system. As a result, it can lead to your video maybe being blocked in various countries or even the whole world, or your audio track to be disabled, but it typically doesn't lead to a strike against your account. A DMCA takedown notice, on the other hand, is a legal request by the person who claims to own the copyright of what is in your video for your video to be taken down. Your video is as a result immediately taken down, and you receive a strike against your account. That is the situation that I'm looking at. And even more precisely, what I am looking at, what I am asking for information about, what I am asking for people who have been the victim of this to contact me about, is if you then proceeded to respond to the DMCA takedown notice with a DMCA counter notification to YouTube, And YouTube have failed to follow the law, to follow the instructions as set out in 512 G2 B and C of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, and reinstate your video within 10 to 14 business days. So if that happened to you, what I need from you is the following information. And please, if you are going to send me a PM to this address, please provide the following information, or as much of it as humanly possible. First of all, the URL to your video. And if you don't remember that, if you still have the strike against your account, you will be able to find it by going to My Account and Settings and Manage Your Account, and it will be listed there as one of the strikes against your account. Copy the video URLs. I need the video URLs. If you remember the date on which you received the DMCA, well, that will be in the notification anyway, so that's fine. If you remember the date on which you filed your counter notification, and if you don't know the exact date, roughly will do. April 2008 is fine. Just a rough idea of when you filed your counter notification. And finally, what I need is the way YouTube responded to your specific case. What happened after you sent that counter notification? What should happen is that YouTube acknowledge your counter notification, the clock starts ticking, and within 10 to 14 business days, your video should be restored. After that, it becomes a matter for you to fight out with whoever it was that made the claim in the first place, whoever it was that posted the DMCA takedown notice. It is no longer YouTube's business. That is what should have happened. If, on the other hand, you did not receive a response from YouTube at all, then YouTube broke the law, and I need to know about it. If YouTube sent you one of these out of the 10 responses that said something along the lines of, "It appears that you do not own the necessary copyright and therefore your counter notification has not been forwarded to the claimant," then again YouTube are breaking the law. And if you received one of those responses, I would like to know when you received that response. So I repeat, the URL of the video on which the DMCA takedown notice was filed, when you filed your DMCA counter notification, and in what way exactly YouTube and when YouTube refused to process your counter notification. Those are the 3 bits of information that I will need, that I am going to aggregate. I am hoping to aggregate thousands of these, because I am convinced that this has happened to thousands of people. And therefore YouTube has broken the law thousands of times. And then we have a case to make. Then we have something to beat even a site as big as YouTube up with. But you, as a provider of that information, are not running any risks. That is the reassurance that I was going to present in this video. You are not at risk of getting yourself involved in something that you can't handle. You are not getting involved at all. Thank you.